Chad from Wilson, and you're watching The Pit. Not an apple pit or a pear pit or peach pit, but The Pit. P-I-T pit. Pit. They're all spelled pit, I guess. Okay.
What's going on, everybody? Don here with The Pit, Sports and Entertainment. I'm joined by Chad from Wilson. Chad, what's going on, man?
Hey, how are you doing, Don?
I'm awesome. Just watched you guys perform here at the 10th Annual Rock on the Range Festival. Welcome back. How's it feel being back for the 10th year?
For the 10th year?
The 10th year of the festival.
I have been here 10 years in a row. I really need to stop drinking. It feels good, man. We had a good set. It was raining and they came out in droves, so that was surprising. It was cool. It was really fun. We had a fun time.
Yeah, you guys look like you were having a blast out there.
That's cool.
Nobody slipped or anything? No mishaps?
Pull a groin for a second. I was like, oh, shh. But, I brought it back together and put a little Ben Gay on it, and here I am with you now.
When I first walked through the doors today, within the first probably 20, 30 minutes, I saw quite possibly more Wilson shirts than any other band. How does that make you feel knowing you guys have such a huge support?
Amazing. I mean, honestly, everybody says, it's for the if it wasn't for the fans, but literally with our band, if it wasn't for the fans, most people probably wouldn't pay attention because they're just like, who the hell's Wilson? Some band from Detroit? What do they sound like? Oh, they're a rock and roll band. They sound like a party rock. Are they for serious? But people are like, yeah, no, you got to see them. So like, without them preaching what we do, we would probably not ever stand a chance to be here with the greats like that are playing tonight. So.
You say the greats that are here. There's a lot of greats that are here this weekend. Who are you looking forward to seeing today?
Today I missed a couple of the bands that I really want to see. I want to see Parkway Drive. I've seen almost all of these bands throughout all the festival circuit. So I wanted to try. I always try to see the bands like that are in the middle tier that I haven't been able to see before, and so I missed them sadly. But I'm excited to see Five Finger Death Punch, and I'm ecstatic to see Rob Zombie.
Oh, yeah, that's my number one artist for the weekend. I've never seen him. Oh. In the years I've been going to concerts, I'm extremely stoked.
Yeah.
So you guys had a kind of a big deal. I don't want to say, actually, I take that back. It is a huge deal. You guys got signed to Razor and Tie Records. What's the atmosphere been like since joining on with Razor and Tie and the release of Right to Rise?
We've had a great time. The team is super supportive. They totally get that's another thing is like they are like those people you're talking about in the Wilson shirts. They get it. They're absolutely 100% honed in and want to succeed the same way that we do. So having a supportive team that isn't just tossing you on the shelves and being like, well, we'll see what happens. They're constantly looking for ways outside of the box, the way that we are, to make it succeed. So we have a blessing on our side with them. It's cool. It's very great.
So I've got to ask for a personal question. The dog. Yeah. What's the deal with the dog? I'm a huge fan of dogs. Is there like a specific reason behind the dog that you have on the title and your shirts and all that stuff?
So that dog is a stray dog that my friend by the name of Joe Gall, goes by Camera Jesus, a photographer back home in Detroit. For a few years ago, during the winter, he was chronicling these stray. We had obviously in the press all around the world, you hear about these stray dogs running. At the time, hear about these stray dogs running around the city. Well, he found a pack of them, and we went out and shot them over and over and over again. Not shooting them, but taking pictures of them and seeing what their lives are like. And it was like literally like the story of a Detroiter. I mean, this dog not only had a family, had a girlfriend and a pack that was following him. So every morning he had to get up. I mean, he's homeless. It's a stray dog. So every morning he has to get up, find food for his family, find and work, keep them alive throughout the day, to find shelter at night, to do it all over again the next day. It's a story of survival, and that's exactly what I wear it on my back. It's like wearing my city on my back everywhere I go, without saying Detroit. I'm saying, hey, this dog in particular, he just also looks badass, but that dog in particular is the embodiment of us as Detroiters. Survival at its pure and utter prime. You can't really get much more strong than a Detroit person. So.
Right, you mentioned Detroit. How's it feel being another Detroit-based or even Michigan-based band getting signed to a major record label, and even our friends, local friends, Citizen Zero, who just got signed to Wind Up Records. How does that make you feel, knowing that the Michigan scene and Detroit scene still has, a lot of potential to it, and having all these great bands that are getting signed and showing the talent that we have?
I mean, it's awesome. It's a dream come true. What's inside of your city walls. People like to talk about keeping things a secret. It's like, like you always have that band that you just hope doesn't blow up or whatever because it's yours. Well, Detroiters are always that way about. I mean, look at whether you like them or you hate them, Kid Rock is still a part of our city. Like an Eminem, part of our city. Jack White, a part of our city. Those people believe in us as humans. So to have anybody like that going in and shining a light inside of what's going on, what to be true, and showing it to the public is an incredibly moving thing, So to have bands like ourselves and Battlecross and Black Dahlia Murder and Citizen Zero and I Prevail and all these things that are happening, it's awesome. It shows that we have some soul. We have things going on. We're not just a bunch of jackasses running around trying to fucking hurt somebody or whatever it is.
So the one thing we mentioned Detroit a lot and how amazing things are going with us and everything. The one thing that I want to kind of talk about real quick, get away from the music side of things, is something that's disappointing, and that's with Red Wings hockey. Do you have any thoughts on how the playoff situation went this year and them getting knocked out again in the first round?
I mean, it's disappointing, but there's always next year. That's how we're a legacy city. I mean, there's not many teams out there that can say that they've done what the Red Wings have done. So I mean, it's not to say that we won't have another chance, but hey, we've done it, and we can prove just the same with our basketball team. Back in the day, the Tigers. We've done it. We have the muscle, we have the guff, the gumption is there. This year is a disappointment, but next year is going to be awesome. So,
do you guys have a chance to watch any of the playoffs that are going on right now, or do you guys even care about any of that's going on?
Nah, without our teams, I don't really watch. But no. I honestly haven't had any time to do pretty much anything. I almost wiped my ass today for the first time in a week, so it's going pretty great today.
So yeah, okay. I've got to ask, all these festivals that you guys are playing at. You have this, if you don't follow him on social media, he likes to tell his stories about different shitters that he takes a dump on. What's the best one on any festival that you have taken a nice, healthy dump on?
I have, the best one is still a pretty low one as far as festival shits go. But I'd have to say I did take a decent, humane poop in Jacksonville at Welcome to Rockville, where it wasn't like in a movable unit or like in a porta potty, where like it was a building that had plumbing and it flushed down the toilet, and I wasn't smelling my peers' innards while I was going at it myself, which is fine. However, yeah, I'd say Jacksonville is probably the first one yet that I didn't poop on top of somebody else's poop, and it sat there for God knows how long.
So, on that note, I'm going to let him get back to his busy schedule. Do you have any final words of wisdom you want to throw out to the fans?
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. There you go.